affirm our faith that although Dale has gone on, his light, the love that he embodied, shines ever bright in our own hearts. When it comes time to move on, it often seems that the light shines no more, and we who are left behind, we miss the human contact we enjoyed while Dale walked among us. Yet we know that Dale has entered into a new life, into a greater experience. An immense freedom is now his. We sense it. And it's greater than we could possibly know. It's in times like this that I remember that often we don't always know the answers to the mysteries of God's way. And the soul's journey can't be judged by anyone observing another's journey. In some ways, in the mystery of God, Dale did it perfectly. All the more reason for those of us here to love and connect with those that we love, because we cannot know their soul's path or our own. We need to love while we're here to love. There is a reading that speaks to Dale's belief about life and death. It's called The White Ship. I am standing on the seashore. A ship at my side spreads her white sails to the morning breeze and starts for the blue ocean. She is the object of beauty and strength, and I watch her until, at length, she hangs like a speck of white cloud just where the sea and the sky mingle with each other. Then someone at my side says, "There, she's gone." Gone? Gone where? Gone from my sight, that is all. She is just as large in mast and sail and spar as when she left my side, and she is just as able to bear her living weight to her destined port. Her diminished size is in me, not in her. It's not for me to desire or attempt to hold on to the presence of this form for my sake, because I know the ship has other seas to experience and other realms in which to express its magnificence. And just at the moment someone says, "There, she's gone," there are other eyes watching her coming, and other voices taking up the glad shout, "There she comes." This day is not just a day of mourning, but also one of celebration of Dale's life and the lives that he touched along the way, which clearly are many. The family that are here and elsewhere, those that are left behind, whose lives were enriched by his presence. We hold the memory of Dale, and we keep it alive in our hearts. There are a few people tonight who would like to speak to that memory. We'll start with Patricia, please.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming this evening. Dale, my little brother Dale. Dale and I were born and raised in Chicago. I was adopted at 6 months of age because our parents didn't think they could have children of their own. But when I was 5 years old, Dale was born. He was their miracle child. I thought him to be a pretty weird kid. But hey, I'm his older sister. Dale and I grew up in a severely abusive family. It wasn't anything anyone could see. Unspeakable acts were perpetrated on us, parents against child. As a result of this abuse, Dale and I were pitted against each other and did not get along very well as children. When Dale was 13 and I was 18, the family moved to Southern California. Shortly thereafter, I left home and moved to San Francisco. That was in the late 60s. Well, Dale thought his big sister was pretty cool, becoming a hippie in the Haight-Ashbury. I met a guy who later became my husband, and we embarked on numerous adventures, and Dale always showed up. We lived on a school bus on Stephen Gaskin's farm in Tennessee, and Dale came and stayed a while. We moved to Brooklyn, and Dale came and spent some time. Then it was back to the West Coast, Marin, and then Sonoma County, and along came Dale. Over the years, I saw Dale on and off, visiting the family in Southern California or him visiting us. In the late 70s, my husband, myself, and my children moved off the grid to Humboldt County and became pot farmers before it got crazy. It turned into a family business. We had no phone, no electricity, and no indoor plumbing. We produced the finest quality, and Dale was our distributor. He was a guy to know. His customers included movie stars, rock stars, and professional athletes. Those were the good old days. We were outlaws together, and it was exciting times in the new Wild West. Dale and a friend would come to the mountains bearing gifts such as great toys for the kids, lots of gifts from the civilized world, and of course, sushi. My kids were sushi connoisseurs at a very early age, thanks to their Uncle Dale. They loved to gross out the other kids at school talking about eating raw fish. Dale used to do a commuter run from Humboldt to Southern California in record time. He would tell us how he used to go 100 miles per hour down Interstate 5 in the middle of the night with his lights off so he could go undetected by the highway patrol. By the mid-'80s, things began to unravel and I moved to Santa Rosa with the kids, but we kept the family business. Dale continued his commute run until the early 90s when he was stopped by the Mendocino County Highway Patrol. He spent several months in jail, and while on probation he was tested for drugs but never alcohol, so his drinking escalated. Not long after that, Dale realized he had a drinking problem and found recovery in the fellowship that helped him stay sober for 18 years until the time of his passing. Around this time, I too went through a major life change as my 25-year marriage ended.